Quedan varias actividades muy interesantes por delante, así que les voy a invitar a que por favor vayan tomando sus asientos. Please have a seat. We're gonna continue shortly. We do actually have already our students ready to join us here on the stage. Y continuamos con el evento. Espero que hayan disfrutado de ese lunch que se ha ofrecido con un clima maravilloso esta semana. Una de las conclusiones del Global Education Forum, celebrado aquí en Madrid en el año 2021, fue la elaboración de un manifiesto de 12 puntos. 12 puntos que explicaban cuáles son precisamente esas consideraciones que debían tenerse en cuenta para generar una universidad del siglo XXI. Este manifiesto fue el resultado precisamente de una reflexión en la que participaron más de 8.000 personas de 45 países distintos de todo el mundo y, como bien ha explicado Nieves Segovia esta misma mañana, en su evolución el manifiesto sigue poniendo al estudiante en el centro de todo. Ya los vemos por aquí. Pues precisamente la voz del estudiante es la que queremos escuchar a continuación en el siguiente panel, por lo que quiero pedirles que suban al escenario uno por uno. Zainab Berriche, también Fabiola Ríos, Marta Variamorla, Rebeca Fung, Nicolás Rueda, con alguna dificultad, pero aquí te esperamos, no te preocupes, María García de la Granja, Charlotte Coffen, Alejandra Bedmar, Arrogante, y John Ahmed Jonov. Y ahora sí, un aplauso para ellos. Aplauso. Todos ellos son todos estudiantes de la Universidad Camilo José Cela, también de SEC Education, SEC International Schools y del programa Next Generation Leaders de Talua Networks y Mastercard. Así que, Zainab, te dejo todo en tus manos, bajo tu control. ¿Vale? Muchas gracias.
Thank you guys so much. Welcome to the student panel. My name is Zainab. I'm an Algerian student studying here Media and Communications at Camilo José Cela University, and it is a great pleasure for me to present and moderate this beautiful student panel that we have here. Firstly, I would like to highlight how crucial it is for our students to be given the platform and to be given the voice to share our opinions, especially regarding issues as, the future of higher education, or even what should higher education look like in the future. Also, I would like to secondly give thanks to the organizers and the hosts for having this student panel be held today. I think it's really important for us to see a great range of diversity, not only because of bringing international perspectives, but having the possibility to speak to both high school students and also university students. Before we introduce everyone here today, which I'm very, very excited for, I would like to share with you all a video that we're going to present right now in order to see other students' opinions on the future of higher education.
La inteligencia artificial va a permitir el acceso a la educación de alta calidad mediante plataformas en línea.
À mon avis, je pense qu'il serait mieux d'avoir une éducation plus diversifiée et accessible à tous.
Pues yo imagino que la educación será más interactiva tanto en el aula como en línea.
Me gustaría ver un enfoque educativo que inspire o fomente la creatividad y la innovación en nuestra experiencia universitaria.
Yo creo que en un futuro los sistemas de evaluación van a cambiar los exámenes por los proyectos prácticos.
Yo creo que la educación se va a centrar más en cuestiones prácticas.
Definitivamente se va a notar un mayor uso de inteligencias artificiales como herramienta para impulsar o agilizar procesos investigativos.
Empezará a ser una asignatura nueva.
Habrá una asignatura sobre cómo saber utilizar la inteligencia artificial.
Nos ayudará en el proceso de aprendizaje y en el proceso de investigación al proporcionarnos mucho más fácil la información.
Para mí la inteligencia artificial es una herramienta que ayuda a mejorar tu trabajo y no así algo que te la hace por ti.
Yo creo que la inteligencia artificial va a ayudar a que la educación sea más personalizada y adaptable a las necesidades de los alumnos.
Everything much easier. You can ask it to explain it to a 5-year-old, a 15-year-old or an 18-year-old, so it will make learning very easy.
Ich stelle mir vor, dass KI die Lerngeschwindigkeiten verbessern, aber nicht ersetzen wird. Es prometedor debido a que te permite personalizar la educación aprovechando las habilidades específicas de cada uno de los estudiantes.
An opportunity for the students and also for the teacher.
Because what we have to learn is how to use AI and adapt it to our normal living style.
Creo que la inteligencia artificial va a ayudar a los profesores, sobre todo porque se puede encargar de temas administrativos, ya sea corregir exámenes o trabajos.
Eu acho que no futuro a inteligência artificial poderia aprender com as habilidades de cada aluno e criar exames personalizados.
Y yo confío en que con la llegada de la inteligencia artificial sigamos manteniendo nuestros valores como el respeto y el pensamiento crítico.
Great. I think that video was a demonstration that, the opinion on higher education can expand amongst all students in this university and internationally as well. And for today, we're going to have these amazing students for today's panel, basically focusing on the future of higher education and how technology and AI is going to impact the future of education. I would like to, first of all, have you guys introduce yourselves. Tell us where you're from, where do you study, and what are you studying?
Well, good afternoon. I'm Fabiola Rios. I'm from Valencia, Venezuela, and moved to Madrid in 2021 to start my studies. I'm currently in my third year studying business management and entrepreneurship, and I'm also doing an internship here in the university as a community builder in the Entrepreneurship Center.
Cool. Welcome. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Marta Barea. I'm 21 years old, and I'm currently finishing my double degree in early childhood and primary education with a specialization in English as a second language. I'm from Mallorca, and I also came here in 2020 to start the degree. Teaching has always been my passion, and I've dedicated myself to preparing for the challenges of a classroom and for the future of education. So I'm eager to delve here into the discussion of how technology and artificial intelligence are shaping and will shape the education.
Hi, afternoon, everyone. My name is Rebecca Fung. I'm also from Venezuela, but Caracas, not Valencia. I'm currently my third year studying audiovisual communication and new media, and I'm also doing an internship at the Entrepreneurship Center with Fabiola. Yes, we know each other, so.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nicolas Rueda. I'm 19 years old, and I'm in the first year of education, elementary and primary. And I'm passionate with technology and AI in education. So.
Thank you.
Okay, so first of all, I'm thankful for the invitation to participate in this conversation here. I'm a first-year IB diploma student. I'm 16 years old. I've been at SEG my whole life. And well, I'm very passionate for engineering and general pure sciences. And I would like to do my university studies related with that.
Hello, I'm Charlotte Cofang. I'm in fourth of ESO studying at SEG El Castillo. And in the future, I would like to study finance and logistics. And to maybe become a financial analyst or a financial manager.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alejandra Almar. I'm 19 years old, and I'm currently studying my first year at primary education in Camilo José de la University. And I'm so glad to be here to talk about this development in technologies and how they will shape the future.
Hi, everyone. Maybe this one, okay. Hi, everyone. First and foremost, I want to thank the organizers of this event, specifically News. Today, my name is John, as it was mentioned earlier. Today I'm representing Next Generation Leaders Program, which is part of the Taiwan Network of Engaged Universities. I'm very much happy to be again here and contributing to the discussion. I'm a recent graduate of a public policy program from Central European University in Vienna. Currently, I'm doing independent research on AI ethics and economics that looks at the power relationship between global North and global South. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much, and welcome. Okay, first of all, I would like to dive right in to this really interesting discussion. I would like to ask you, what do you think are some challenges that are going to be faced by students in the future, and how do you think they should be tackled? Yeah, sure.
So, well, some of the challenges that I would like to mention are related directly with my final degree project, which evaluates the level of international mindedness in primary students and also relates how international mindedness and education based in values work together. So why do these two phenomena will be so important for students in the future? First of all, one big challenge is going to be globalization and cultural interconnectivity. Students will have to navigate across various different cultural contexts, collaborate with peers from people all around the world, and this is why an international mindset will help them understand different perspectives, know what is going to be their own role in this global community, as well as make an impact. The second challenge for me is going to be, are going to be all these global issues we have now, such as climate change, human rights, sustainability, and poverty. And for example, here, an education based in values will be essential because this way students will understand much better these type of issues, and they will be able to know how to tackle from this, because they will need a different kind of literacy and responsibility from students, so it needs to be promoted from early stages. And finally, the third challenge for me is taking ethical and moral decisions, because as we know, artificial intelligence and technology come with a lot of aspects in which students need to choose if they are going to use it for this purpose or for the other. So if we instill students' values such as integrity, respect, and many others, I think it will be much easier for them to be able to take this type of decisions. So yeah, for me, international mindedness and an education based in values will help them face all these challenges.
For sure, right. Anyone?
Well,
yes?
Another challenge? No, okay. For me, another challenge, and I agree all with you, will be the verification and reliability of information, because now with all these technologies, all fake news, hoaxes, all this stuff that we are getting, I think is so important to know how to get the correct information, and that is completely true, because we are all, we are always thinking, is this page is true? I can rely with is where it is, and I think it will be a very high challenge for the students in the future, because they will need to know the way to get the correct information and how use that information to not spread fake news on hoaxes that is a reality nowadays that we have.
Right. Okay.
I agree with her. I just wanted to add to the topic of misinformation that I think that education plays a pivotal role in teaching students how to assess the reliability of sources, the authenticity. And I just wanted to share a personal example that I think that it needs to be implemented in more schools. In my history classes, we use a method to assess the authenticity, as I said, and to know if that information, we can take it as granted, so we can consider it as true. It's a framework called OPCVL, which is, it assesses if it's valid, the limitations of that source. And yeah, as a student, I consider it's a positive thing to use, and it's not only applied to history, but can be applied to many other subjects. And I also wanted to mention another challenge. Nowadays, as students, there is a lot of uncertainty about if we're going to have a job opportunity, because with these new technological advances, there's a false perception that these new technologies will make or do the jobs that we as humans do nowadays. And well, I think that while it's true that these new technologies can make our jobs easier, not just replacing us as humans, but making it more effective, I also consider that history has showed us how this also can lead to new job opportunities and new industries. And in order to be prepared for taking those jobs, what we need to do is adapt education to the newest technologies. For example, I'm a digital native. I can be considered as a digital native because since I went to school, I've always used technology in my classes. I remember when I was little, I was walking with my father to school, and I always saw the school buses, like the SEC school buses, that the slogan said, "We don't go to school, we go to the future." And at first I didn't understand it, but now
Now you get it.
Yeah, I brought sense to it because when I was in preschool, we used those interactive screens. Then in primary, we used the iPads. In secondary school, we had our own laptop. So I think we have adapted that way, and that's why when ChatGPT came into our lives as students, for me it was easier to adapt my learning to it. Yeah, it's true that at first it was a moment of uncertainty because we didn't know if it was possible for education. And now that I'm finishing my education with SEC, teachers have changed, and now they try to implement it in our classes, but always, as I said, trying to look for the reliability of the content it gives us. And yeah, that was my point.
Thank you, Maria.
Someone wants to add?
I'd like to ask you as well, for high school students, what do you expect from the future of university? And now that you're maybe looking into different universities, courses, and majors, what are your expectations, doubts, worries?
Like how AI is going to change. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think the main issue, is probably already well known. The issue with basically not being able to check properly if AI has been used in a paper or, to be honest, in whatever. So I believe it's really difficult to check how a person has used it, and there's no really reliable way. The way Turnitin works is by like the grammar structures and syntaxes, and it's basically, I think it's also the lack of like true, like, in a way, passion in the words being said. So I like there will be some way to get around it. I think we'll work. I think mentioned by Marta that there's going to be more emphasis on actual work ethic, and basically, so we can keep these skills that instead of making it, for example, in a way easier, that making research easier, because these research skills are very important. So basically making it as a proper tool instead of just a cheat, a proper tool. Thank you.
Right, thank you so much. Yeah, sure, Maria.
Okay, so university for me,
yes,
I consider it not only like the continuation of my studies, but I also consider it as an opportunity for holistic development, for cultural immersion. As some of my partners here talked about, they're doing internships or they change countries, and I would like to study abroad because I want to get to know that, not only a broad knowledge base, but also develop my skills in terms of adaptability, resilience, cross-cultural communication. I personally have the influence of my brother. He's studying abroad, and well, as same, I would like to, as I said, study engineering, but I know that technology and these new advancements would play a crucial role in everything I do at university. I think it's very important that we learn to use it, because in order to face the problems that are going to rise and that are rising nowadays in the 21st century, I think that we need to control it, and we need to get used and manage it.
Yes, I think contrasting with the high schoolers' experience, I would like to ask the university students, how was it, being able to differentiate what you were doing in high school and then going into this new era of university and higher education, and how do you see technology being impacted in your studies, in your classes?
Well, as a student, I see an educational future where technology will play a crucial role. Digitalization promises to make learning more engaging and interactive with advances such as artificial intelligence and virtual reality. Education will become more personalized and immersive. However, I think there's a risk if technology over-reliance,
takes over a student.
Takes over a student.
Yes.
If it's not balanced with hands-on and collaborative learning.
Right.
Technology should complement, not replace, student-teachers interaction and problem-solving learning. And also, I think it's essential to teach students on the proper way of use this type of technology like ChatGPT, because as you said before, it should be a tool.
She admitted to use ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
It should be a tool, not a quick fix to complete their tasks. And I think the future of technology is lies in finding that balance, equipping students with digital fluency and essential human skills.
Right.
Yeah. So complementing this idea of having a tool, like the technology as a tool, I think that you're right, because it's like, for example, the use of the calculator. Like, it's important to do maths, like knowing how to do these maths, but you won't do it if you have the calculator at hand. So the same for this type of things. Like, for example, if you need to write an essay, but you are not going to be great of how you are writing this essay, if not maybe the content, I think it's a good tool for the students, or even if you are not even the teacher, like a CEO or whatever, and you need to write something, you can let the intelligent, like ChatGPT, Copilot, or whatever, to write it. Just put your information, just make sure that it's veridic, because I think that it's really a useful tool, so we can have more time for these important things, like having connections with your students or whatever, and not just maybe doing these bureaucratic things that you might not need to do like by yourself.
Definitely. Yeah, I think that's a great point to make. I wanted to move on to asking what is you guys' opinion on the role of technology now? Not just in high school, but also in university. Do you think that technology is being used in your classes by your teachers, sent to you home to do work at home or build on projects?
I'm going to take this one. We have in the communications faculty an amazing professor called Javier, and he has this little joke with us every single, at the start of every single class. We have like the IA of the dia, which is basically the AI of the day. So every single class, at the start of the class, he comes in with this amazing, literally amazing IAs that we can use as a communications major. There's an amazing one that's called DALI-E, so it's a generative AI, and we can use it to generate images and kind of like have this whole creative process, because sometimes if your whole life is based on having to be creative, you get to a point where you're just so burnt out and you forgot that you have to be creative. And these AIs are great for us. We use them all the time. I mean, Zainab and I study together, so she can back me up on this one. But yeah, I would definitely say that the teachers, especially this teacher, has been really, really great at using technology and new creative ways of innovation at the classroom and within our whole class. And I think it's amazing.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, sure, of course.
The same as Fabiola. Even though it's quite difficult what to do with this huge new invention, but I believe in my school, my teachers have been able to create a load of new projects that implement it, and instead of using it, instead of acting like it's a sneaky cheat, actually implementing it, like. I have one philosophy project where we basically interview a famous woman by using ChatGPT, and then with the answers that we get, we basically make an analysis on how is ChatGPT in trying to impersonate this person almost. Like, for example, do they make up new knowledge? Do they stick to specific guidelines? Does it make just a general person? Does it use, like, what is basically the answers that it can come up with?
Thank you.
Right, thank you so much. Right now I want to ask every one of you as well, what do you think are challenges that you're facing right now in university that you think should be necessary to be changed in the future of education as well? Not just higher education, but high school maybe?
So for me, as Fabiola said, personalized learning is one of the most important ones, even though I think we are getting there. I also think that we can do much better thanks now to the technology. For example, now in a math class, let's say, teachers can provide with an application, with a software, whatever, many different problems from basic to advanced level simultaneously to all of the kids without the need of being maybe 2-3 hours preparing all this work. So I think that being able of providing differentiated instruction at the same time, for me, it's one of the most important things also as a teacher to be. Then another change I consider important is also assessment. As we said, we are talking of being able to critically think, to develop our knowledge. So if we continue with this memorizing test, I think we won't get there. So for me, trying to assess with case studies, portfolios, project learning tasks, for me, this has been what has enriched me the most. So I think that we should try and implement it more. And finally, another change also, seeing, as you all said, an AI and technology as a tool for enhancement, not as a threat, because we can really boost all of our students, teachers, and professionals, our abilities. Because, for example, for me also in university, we have done some activities in which we had to do one part, let's say, thinking by ourselves, and another one with the ChatGPT, and you could clearly see the difference. So it might help you, but you also need to do your thing.
Right.
So I think it's important seeing the good thing of how they can boost our abilities and not lower them.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry.
No worries.
Yeah, I totally agree with all the points mentioned. I graduated recently, but I still recall when the ChatGPT came out, first time. The first adopters were actually students, not the teachers. I mean, technology is a double-edged sword. It's how you use it and how much benefit you can get out of it. I think the main change before deployment, before using these technologies, we should know the basics. That means digital literacy to confront misinformation, disinformation, and that means AI literacy for all, not only students, but also professors, teachers, learners, because if you don't know the basics, and we have seen a lot of universities already deploying AI in admission processes, which I think very unfair. They have an unfair treatment of different applicants, looking at this social scoring and all that race and other factors. That's why I think AI literacy, one change should be there. It has to be the basic in all classes, not only, let's say, computer science. And of course, and that change will push, complementing to what Charlotte said, we will push the universities or academic institutions in general, if they want to stay relevant, they should adopt the model that will shift the hierarchical sort of a teacher and the student relationship. They should be based on a collaborative learning process rather than top-down.
Right.
And that also entails that universities should co-opt, not resist AI. Those 2 points that I think are necessary for the future, and then the chance that universities should take in order to stay relevant.
Right, thank you so much. Well, guys, I think we're running out of time. I would like to quickly summarize the points that we made. Not only we looked at future challenges that can be prevented by students in order to know how credible a source is, in order to understand information that is coming to us, in order to avoid fake news and stray away from information that is false. Also looking at ways we can actually become people who can balance between AI, using technology, and then also putting our part. thank you guys again a lot for this time, for your opinions and sharing your experiences. I think this was really fun and interesting to hear from you. So thank you.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much also, Zainab, for taking the lead in this. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
It was great
Thank
hearing you. Thanks so much. Muchísimas gracias. And once again, as you can see, students are in the center of everything. Así que, como hemos dicho antes, los estudiantes están en el centro de todo. Y al igual que hemos hecho esta mañana, ahora ha llegado el momento de separarnos otra vez, aunque sea solo un ratito, porque después volveremos aquí ya para clausurar el evento. Como decíamos, ha llegado el momento de separarnos y atender las diferentes sesiones de trabajo paralelas, pero ojo, antes vamos a compartir información que puede ser de vuestro interés. Serán de nuevo 2 bloques de 45 minutos cada uno. Detrás de mí creo que ya tenéis, o enseguida van a aparecer, como por arte de magia, las sesiones y en las salas en las que se van a celebrar para que cada uno de vosotros podáis tener acceso a esta información y podáis decidir en cuál de ellas queréis estar. Pues, por ejemplo, aquí en el auditorio tendrá lugar en unos momentos la sesión que se titula AI and Personalized Learning. Entonces, para los que queráis asistir a esa sesión, pues no tenéis que moveros de donde estáis. Quienes, por el contrario, queráis escuchar otra de las sesiones, pues tenéis que subir a la 3ª planta de nuevo o a la 4ª, según vuestras preferencias. Nos piden muchísima puntualidad, sobre todo a la hora de regresar, para que podamos cumplir con la agenda. Son, como decimos, 45 minutos cada una de las sesiones. Y también os recuerdo que continuamos con nuestro grupo de voluntarios por todas partes, identificados con la palabra staff en las camisetas, para estar a vuestra disposición con cualquier pregunta que queráis hacer. Nos volvemos a ver aquí a las 6:05 de la tarde, 6:05 p.m. We'll be back here, okay? Thank you very much. Enjoy the sessions.